Hi, Tom Baker is my name. I'm here today with Dennis Howard. He's our technical manager with Munster Bovine and obviously a vet. So Dennis, just want to ask you a few questions in relation to, we're probably 3 weeks out from start of breeding for most farmers. What do guys need to be looking out for at the moment? And so forth.
Sure. I suppose there's a few things depending on how much effort you want to put in. Number one, I suppose, is any cows with issues. You can either go and find them by doing a scan or maybe a metry check. But equally, if you have good records kept during the spring, for instance in farm ops there, if you keep the records, it actually puts up a problem cow list. So any cows with any calving difficulty or a milk fever or retained afterbirth, anything during the spring, to get them checked out now fairly soon. And if necessary, then they can be treated with, for infection or whatever.
Yeah. We've cows here in the background. In general, I think they're quite good body condition score. Mm-hmm. You're probably happy enough with them, would you? And just looking at those.
By and large. And I suppose, that brings us on, Tom, to body condition. It's no harm to run your eye over the herd now and look, particularly looking out for any cow that's struggling a little bit for body condition. And I suppose a simple option for the likes of those cows is actually to put them on once a day now if they're struggling for body condition. And I suppose by putting them on once a day, roughly speaking, you're going to drop their production. So we'll say if they're doing 27 litres, you might drop them back to 18 litres. So which means that there's a lesser production demand on them. And the key thing is to keep feeding them twice a day then. So run them through the parlour, feed them twice a day. And in effect, if they drop by 9 litres, that's probably the same. They would need about 4 kilos of concentrates to produce those 9 litres. So in effect, they're going to go into positive body condition or positive energy and start maybe to gain a bit of energy and come cycling and have a good chance of going calf. Yeah.
How long would you leave them on once a day?
At this stage, I'd leave them on once a day until they're actually bred. Yeah,
really. Okay.
And a little bit after it maybe, and then put them back on twice a day after that. Yeah.
Okay.
So look, I suppose another thing then is maybe to identify the non-cyclers, and if you're before breeding, so you're talking about doing a bit of pre-breeding heat detection and maybe recording heats. A very simple thing now would be to maybe clip the rumps of the cows, apply an heat, strip of tail paint, and you have to do very little really. If you're 3 weeks out, at the end of the 3 weeks, you'll identify maybe the cows that haven't cycled, and they're another bunch that you could present to the vet to check out, and it might be worth treating those or getting them synchronised at that stage.
Yeah.
And I suppose the key thing is regarding sex, the pre-breeding, if you're using sex semen, the pre-breeding probably becomes a little bit more important, and the body condition becomes a little bit more important, because we want to know that cows have been cycling, so we want to know that they're cycling if we're going to be using a sex straw and it's not going to be their first heat.
I assume the fact that you collars here, you won't be using tail paint on these for pre-breeding.
No, and sure, look, to send sub collars around those cows. I suppose the big advantage is the pre-breeding heat detection is done, and you'll have that bunch of cows maybe that you want to get the vet to look at, and especially then for the sex semen, you will know the cows that have cycled and even cycled multiple times, that they'll have a great chance of going calf.
Okay, super.
Yeah.
Thanks.